What can $250,000 buy in Jacksonville, Florida? I don't know. Can you still buy a home in Florida for around that much? With home prices rising over the past few years, you might assume the answer is no. But here in Jacksonville, you might be pleasantly surprised. If I gave you $250,000 and told you to buy a home in Jacksonville, what would you choose? Would you rather be 5 minutes from the beach? Have more than 1,800 square feet? Live near one of Jacksonville's most desirable historic neighborhoods? Have a completely renovated home? Or would you rather have a newer home with a fenced yard? Believe it or not, all these options are possible around the $250,000 price point. Today, I'm going to show you 6 very different properties in different parts of Jacksonville and the surrounding area. We'll look at condos, single-family homes, different neighborhoods, and very different lifestyles. Because I think the most interesting thing about buying in Jacksonville isn't simply what you can afford, it's what kind of lifestyle you can create with that budget. And stay with me until the end because I'll tell you which one I would choose and why. Let's start with something I think is going to surprise a lot of people. For around $250,000, you can actually get yourself just 2 blocks from the ocean in Jacksonville Beach. Now obviously there's a trade-off, and we're going to see various trade-offs throughout this video. This is a renovated 550 square foot studio, but I think they've done a really clever job of making the space feel like a home. You've got a separate little kitchen with all the appliances you need, a cute bathroom, and then one open living space that can actually be divided into different areas, with some creative use of room dividers and rugs. You could have a bedroom area, a dining area, and a living room without the space feeling completely open. And then there's the location. You're just 2 blocks from the ocean, so you can walk to the beach. You're also close to restaurants, shops, and all the activity that Jacksonville Beach has to offer. There's a pool in the courtyard too, which is a nice bonus. The HOA is around $400 a month, so that's something you'll want to factor into your overall monthly housing budget. But that fee also comes with the convenience of condo living. You don't have to worry about maintaining a yard or an exterior of the building yourself. Now here's the important part. You're not buying 550 square feet because you need space. You're buying the location. This is a perfect example of Jacksonville real estate equation. Sometimes you're not buying the biggest home your money can buy, you're buying the lifestyle and the location. And for someone who wants to spend their weekends walking to the beach, grabbing dinner, riding a bike, and enjoying Jacksonville Beach, that might be a trade-off that's absolutely worth making. So let me ask you, would you give up square footage to live just 2 blocks from the ocean? Because, as you'll see with the next 5 properties, $250,000 can buy you a very different lifestyle depending on where you choose to spend it. Okay, let's say the beach isn't your priority. Maybe what you're looking for is a proper 3-bedroom home with plenty of living space, a backyard, and somewhere you can move in without taking on a renovation project. So let's see what that same $250,000 budget will get you. This home is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath brick house with just over 1,600 square feet, and it's been recently renovated. You've got new flooring, a bright updated kitchen, fresh bathrooms, and one of my favorite features, a large, fully fenced backyard. And I think the location is particularly interesting. We're just south of Murray Hill in Hillcrest, an area where you're seeing investment and revitalization, but prices can still be more accessible than some of Jacksonville's more established historic neighborhoods. So you're getting something very different from our first property. Instead of 550 square feet and 2 blocks from the beach, you've got more than 3 times the living space, a yard, and a home that's ready for you to move right in. And that's one of the things I love about Jacksonville's real estate market. You can sometimes get a move-in ready home with plenty of space without paying the premium that comes with brand new construction or some of the city's most sought-after neighborhoods. So if you're a first-time buyer, a young family, or simply someone who wants a little more room to spread out, this is a very different way to spend that $250,000. And now we've gone from beach lifestyle to more house and more yard. Let's see what happens when we make space the #1 priority. Now we're going to make a pretty dramatic trade-off. For around $250,000 in Orange Park, you can potentially get more than 1,800 square feet and 4 bedrooms. However, this one comes with an important caveat. It's a short sale. A short sale happens when a homeowner owes more on the mortgage than the home is worth, or more than the proceeds from the sale will cover, and the lender agrees to accept less than the amount owed. So unlike a typical home purchase, the seller's asking price isn't necessarily the final word. The lender has to approve the sale, and that can take considerably longer than a normal transaction. In this particular case, you're looking at a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home with more than 1,800 square feet. It needs some work, but for a buyer with cash, patience, and a willingness to renovate, this could be an interesting opportunity. But this isn't the home for someone who needs a move-in next month. A short sale can take time, and there's no guarantee the lender will approve the price or the terms. So this is really a trade-off. You're getting potentially a lot of house for your money, but you're giving up convenience and certainty. Now let's change the equation again. What if instead of being close to the beach or having the newest house you can find, your priority is character, location, and a little bit of Jacksonville history? This next home is just minutes from Avondale, one of Jacksonville's most beloved historic neighborhoods. Built in 1947, this 4-bedroom, 2-bath home has already been renovated, so you get some of that older home character without necessarily taking on major renovation project. And then there's the backyard. You've got a large fenced yard with enough room to add a pool, which is a pretty fantastic feature at this price point. But honestly, I think the real story here is what's outside the front door. You're minutes from Avondale's restaurants, shops, and local businesses, and you're close enough to enjoy the character and atmosphere of the area without paying the price you might expect for being right in the heart of one of Jacksonville's most desirable historic neighborhoods. And this is something I say to my buyers all the time. Don't just look at the house. Look at what's happening outside your front door, because you can renovate a kitchen, you can change the flooring, you can paint the walls, but you can't move the house. And that's why location matters so much. This is also exactly why I created my free Jacksonville Neighborhood Guide. When you're deciding where to buy, I want you to look beyond the 4 walls of the house and understand the neighborhood, the lifestyle, and what it's like to actually live there. So at $250,000, you're getting 4 bedrooms, a renovated home, a big fenced yard, and proximity to one of Jacksonville's most established and character-filled areas. That's a pretty interesting combination. Now here's where things can get really interesting. So far, we've looked at homes where the priority was space, a backyard, the beach, or a move-in ready property. But what if your priority is location? For around $250,000, you can make a very different choice. You can give up some bedrooms and square footage and put your money into a location that would be difficult to replicate at this price. This adorable one-bedroom bungalow is in South San Marco. And what really caught my attention is that you're getting something that's increasingly hard to find at this price point. A single-family home in a fantastic location. It's only about 750 square feet, but it's surprisingly spacious. You've got a charming front porch, a large bedroom, an open concept living room and kitchen, original wood floors. There is off-street parking and even a private backyard with a rear deck. And then there's the location. You're just a few blocks from Hendricks Avenue Elementary, and you're close to restaurants, shops, and everyday conveniences that make San Marco such a desirable place to live. San Marco Square is only a mile away, and for the right buyer, particularly someone who's retired or looking to downsize, I think this could be a really interesting option. Think about it. There's less house to maintain. There's a yard, but it's manageable. You can walk or take a short drive to restaurants and shopping. You're not paying for rooms you don't need. You're paying for the lifestyle and location. And this is something I think is important for anyone buying in Jacksonville to understand. You don't always need more house. Sometimes you need less house in a better location, because you can change the kitchen, you can renovate the bathroom, you can add your own personal touches. I encourage buyers to look beyond the property itself and think about what their everyday life is going to look like once they walk out the front door. This little bungalow is a perfect example of that. And finally, what if your priority isn't being close to the beach, living in a historic neighborhood, or getting the absolute most square footage for your money? What if you simply want something newer, move-in ready and easy? This one gives you exactly that. Built in 2023, this 3-bedroom, 2-bath home is only about 3 years old, and it has been beautifully maintained. So you're getting that newer home feel without having to buy brand new. Inside, there's brand new luxury vinyl plank flooring throughout, a freshly painted interior, so the whole house feels bright, fresh, and completely turnkey. And I think the big backyard is a big selling point. It's fully fenced with plenty of room for pets, kids, outdoor entertaining, or just enjoying your own space. There's also no HOA. This is another nice bonus at this price point. And then there's the location. We're near Ocean Way on Jacksonville's north side, so you're farther from the heart of Jacksonville and the beaches, but you're conveniently located for the airport and major highways. And this is where I think it's important to remember that with Jacksonville real estate, distance can be a choice. For some buyers, being further out is absolutely worth it. For someone who wants to be close to downtown, San Marco, or the beaches, this probably isn't going to be the right choice. But if your priority is more house, newer construction, and a yard, this could be a really smart way to spend your $250,000. And I think that's what we've seen throughout this entire tour. At the same price point, you can make completely different choices depending on what matters to you the most. The question isn't just, what can I afford? It's, what do I want my everyday life to look like? So, after looking at all 6, which one would I choose? If I were retiring, I'd be looking very closely at the San Marco bungalow. If I wanted the beach, there's only really one choice, the studio. It's perfect for a first-time buyer or a single person. If maximizing space was my priority, then any of the other homes with backyards would fit the bill. And if I wanted something newer, the 3-year-old, well-maintained home on the north side. So what can $250,000 actually buy you in Jacksonville? As you've seen, the answer is quite a lot. but it really depends on what matters most to you. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. If you're thinking about moving to Jacksonville, one of the first things I recommend is figuring out which neighborhoods fit the lifestyle you want, not just finding a house that fits your budget. I've created a free Jacksonville neighborhood guide to help you do exactly that. It gives you an overview of different areas around Jacksonville, so you can start narrowing down where you might want to live. You'll find the link right at the top of the description below. And if you're planning a move and you'd like someone to help you figure out where you should be looking, what your budget can realistically buy, and which properties are actually worth your time, I'd love to help you. As a realtor who has lived in Jacksonville for more than 30 years, I know how different the neighborhoods can feel. And sometimes the right home isn't the one that looks best on paper, it's the one that fits your life. So please reach out. I'm always happy to have a conversation, answer your questions, and help you get started, even if you're still in the very early stages of planning. I hope this video helped you understand what $250,000 can buy in Jacksonville. Please consider subscribing. I'll be bringing you more videos each week to help you make sense of Jacksonville real estate and find the right place for you. And as always, I thank you so much for watching.